fuck's going on, YouTube? It's another beautiful day in Ohio. Fucking can't see the sun for shit. It's cloudy as all hell. Want to do a little quick video. Jobs numbers came out today, and if you're the Fed, it's not looking too good. So basically, if you don't know what the jobs numbers are, it's basically a report they drop every month of increase or decrease in the jobs for the month. So I'm just talking general, whole United States, jobs gained, jobs lost, positive, negative number. That's how it goes. So they anticipated 160,000 jobs. And basically, stock market, everything the stock market does is based off predictability and how much they can predict the next month and then in the future, and how things are looking, the outlook in the future, basically the economy and the country in general. But the Fed operates off these same numbers. They use CPI as their bigger thing, I'm pretty sure, and then the jobs numbers also play into this decision they're going to make, basically, when they decide to raise, lower, or just hold on interest rates, basically. And I'll tell you right now, cut right to the chase, they ain't cutting interest rates anytime soon. Basically, the jobs numbers come out. Like I said, they anticipated 160,000. Actual number 270,000. So you're coming in hot on the jobs numbers, which basically means, or to somebody who just see the number, you're thinking, oh, 270,000 jobs added, basically, is what, if the number's positive, they're adding 270,000, obviously negative, taking them away. But, so we overshot the mark by 100,000, 110,000 jobs, basically, which is like, oh, that's good. That means everything's doing good. The economy's good. We're looking up. And it's a little more complicated than that, but it's kind of basically how the Fed would use it is along those lines. So they see those numbers. If jobs are going up more than they think they are, if there's an increase in jobs, that's bad for what the Fed's trying to do. Because basically the Fed's trying to cause people to lose their jobs, which is always great. They can basically, at their whim, be like, well, a couple 100,000 people are going to lose their job this month or whatever. Excuse me. But we're at that point where they're trying to hold these interest rates high, and basically run through the chain of events. You get down to job loss at the end of it. You hold the interest rate, it's high for a long time. Companies cut back, quit spending money, cut jobs, cut costs, try to bring up their profitability through other means. And then one of the ways is just cut workers and get more efficient, basically. Easy money, you don't have to be as efficient. Hard money, high interest rate, got to be a little more efficient. Nice little Lamborghini on the other side of the highway. Nice $400,000 car. Apparently those guys are doing all right. Doesn't matter to them about the job cuts. I think they're doing swell. But jobs numbers come in hot. So we come in too high, 110,000 jobs too high. Fed sees that and is basically like, well, shit, now we got to hold the rates high. Quick and dirty on that is, if they keep seeing these job numbers coming high, that means they're not doing enough to shove the economy down with high interest rates. So that means they got to hold them. If anything, they should, in theory, I guess they would raise them to counter this, but they're not going to raise them, because if they raised them after they already said we hit peak rates, it would fuck everything up. So they'll hold them again, which only leaves us with 4 Fed meetings left for the rest of the year, where they said they're going to cut 3 times this year. So they have four meetings to cut 3 times. And if you want my random prediction, like I said, I'm not some fucking economist or anything, but they might cut once this year. If anything, I don't think they're going to cut at all, because I don't think inflation's going to be going down fast enough for what they need. And apparently the jobs aren't looking the way they want them to look either. The little devil in the details thing here is, though, after listening to a couple of videos about it, some other people explaining it, breaking down the report. So we gained 270,000 jobs. But the thing is, as a net, a lot of these jobs are part-time. So, like, it was some crazy number where it was like for every two full-time employees that lost their job, there was one part-time employee taking their job, basically. So I don't know if I said that right. Basically, 2-to-1 ratio. I guess it'd be, I think 3-to-2 ratio is the better way to say it. So 3 part-time jobs were created / taken, while 2 were lost full-time, which is obviously, like, if you want, basically all I'm trying to say is it's a negative. You're getting more part-time jobs, losing your full-time employment, which, I mean, if you ask anybody, I think that's ever had a part-time job or know anybody who's doing it right now, you'd rather have the full-time employment, not work multiple jobs to be able to afford your fucking life. So the thing we're going to deal with here is the jobs numbers look good in theory that the economy's doing well, and I'm sure you'll hear all these people come out and say, you have Joe Biden on Twitter saying they created so many jobs, blah, blah. That's great. The thing is, these job numbers don't reflect the quality of the job. So, I mean, what'd you do? Five doctors lost their job, and 15 fast food workers are now employed, and we actually gained jobs. That's not a positive thing. So, there's some ways they can hide the numbers in that, but overall, the part-time jobs going up is crazy to me, because I mean, I had part-time jobs and shit while I was in high school or fucking college, whatever, but seasonal work during the summer, something. But normally I feel like part-time is reserved for either retired people or young people that are too young to have like a career. So, I mean, in my mind, you're not going to want to have a part-time job. Even if you're working at like Target or something, you're working at Walmart, you want that 40 hours a week. You don't have to be working 2 retail jobs to make ends meet. Worst case. So these part-time jobs, that's not a good look, I don't think. Overall, I mean, we'll see what happens. My guess is they have their Fed meeting on Wednesday, and they'll come out and they're going to not cut rates. You know, I don't know if the stock market's priced it in. I'm sure it has. I mean, they change. It's like a constant updating, like betting market. They're betting on if they're gonna raise, lower, cut, or hold the interest rate, and they're gonna hold it. They're not gonna cut it. I don't see why they would cut it. I'd be surprised if they did, but I don't think they will. And I don't know how anything's going to react, but inflation's probably going to come in a little bit lower than it was last month, but not low enough to make them be able to cut. So it's going to be interesting. We'll get all that information Wednesday. I'll definitely make a video about it, because I'll listen to it, see what's going on Wednesday at work. But it's not looking good for the regular people out here, I feel like, in general. If you're talking what's the job opportunities, I mean, within like a year, we went from people, quiet quitting, and I don't know, during COVID, there was people that had like 3 jobs, remote jobs, fucking making a shitload of money, not doing any work, to now we're seeing people lose full-time employment and have to go get a couple part-time jobs. And I mean, the numbers, I don't know if that's necessarily how it works, but the numbers add up. You lose your full-time job, you get paid well, and then you got to pick up 2 part-time jobs to make up for the income. I mean, right there's your ratio, basically. You're making up for it. You're literally proving those numbers that I was talking about earlier. If you just lose 1 good job and have to make it up with 2, obviously that's a shitty situation to be in. I don't know where I'm at, around where I live, family and stuff like that. I don't really know. I don't know if I know anybody that's like a older, like an adult, like a full-blown adult that has a part-time job, to be honest. Everybody's working 40 hours a week. You might get paid shit, but it's still a full-time job. So it's going to be curious. Apparently everybody's got to work fucking harder now. And like I said, we were going from people like bouncing around jobs to get as much of a pay raise as they could during COVID. The job market was hot as hell, to apparently it's still hot now by the numbers technically, but I think if you paid any attention, like I said, look in those details, if it's part-time, that isn't a hot job market. That's not good. I don't know if they'll give a little more insight in their Fed meeting. I'll give it a little summary probably when I make the video Wednesday, but I don't want to have to get a part-time job, so I'm going to buckle my shit up. And like I said in a previous video, I mean, you just got to be as valuable as possible, so you're the last one out the door if they start letting people go. And I mean, it's not that negative. I mean, it's going to happen eventually, no matter what. Like I said, it's cyclical. We might be on the peak right now, basically rolling over the top of the roller coaster on the way down for a little bit, but it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I hope the best for anybody watching this, but like I said, you got to become as valuable as possible. Make sure they know they need you around, apparently, so you don't have to get no part-time job. I'm going to try to keep my full-time job and not fuck around with no part-time. I mean, we're busy as ever, so apparently it's not impacting my sector of work yet, but hey, we'll see. I'll be watching. Hope you do the same, and like I said, I hope we don't meet each other in a Target applying for fucking part-time retail jobs anytime soon. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I think we're going on our 5th week. If you got something out of the video, want to see the one on Wednesday, look forward to that. Drop a like, sub to the channel. If there's anybody that's watching this that's not already subbed, I think I got my brothers to watch the videos at some point, so I know they're watching. Shout out to the boys. So if you haven't ever watched before, got something out of it, like I said, sub, come back, holler at me in the comments, say something. Love to hear what your take is on it. I'll gladly respond. There's no comments, so I'll see that shit. And if you didn't like it, fucking dislike it. I'll catch you guys in the next one.